A wise man once said, "The greatest victory is not in defeating others, but in mastering oneself." Sigma males don't go around searching for conflict, but there's one kind of person they effortlessly dismantle without aggression, without a word. They do it with something far more powerful: their very presence. If you've ever felt like the world is full of people trying to manipulate, control, or feed off others, you're not imagining things. Society is built for the loud, the fake, and the needy but Sigma males. You don't follow those rules, and that's exactly why you dismantle a certain type of person without even trying. You don't seek validation, so attention seekers wither in your presence. You don't follow the crowd, so conformists feel exposed. You don't react to manipulation, so manipulators crumble when they realize they can't control you. Without an audience, they lose their power. This isn't arrogance, it's strength. It's the quiet independence, the sharp mind, and the unyielding refusal to bow to pressure that makes you different. In a world of pretense, that difference is your weapon. So if you've ever wondered why some people resent fear or crumble around you, now you know. You don't destroy them by choice. You destroy them simply by being who you are. Point 1. The weak-willed manipulator crumbles. A Sigma male's biggest adversary is the manipulator, the person who thrives on control, deception, and emotional games. Manipulators prey on insecurity using guilt, gaslighting, and subtle mind tricks to control others. But Sigmas, they are immune to these tactics. Psychologically, manipulators rely on emotional dependence, the need for validation and approval. Most people fall into this trap, craving acceptance and fearing rejection. But a Sigma is entirely self-sufficient. He doesn't need external validation, and he certainly doesn't seek approval. This completely dismantles the manipulator's strategy, leaving them powerless. Without control over the Sigma's emotions, the manipulator faces an unsettling reality. They have no influence. When their usual tactics fail, frustration turns to fear. A Sigma's ability to walk away without hesitation makes him a manipulator's worst nightmare. The only way to win against a manipulator is to refuse to play the game, and that's exactly what a Sigma does. Point 2. The narcissist's ego is shattered. Narcissists thrive on admiration and attention. Their entire identity is built around external validation. Without it, they feel powerless. They manipulate, gaslight, and love bomb to control others, ensuring they remain the center of attention. You're the one thing they can't handle: indifferent. Psychologically, narcissists rely on narcissistic supply, the admiration and emotional reactions they extract from others. When a Sigma male refuses to engage, remains unshaken, and doesn't feed their ego, it destabilizes them. Their usual tactics fall flat. They try to provoke you, test your limits, or even demean you, but your silent confidence is impenetrable. This lack of emotional response frustrates a narcissist because they need control. Without your validation, they feel exposed, powerless, and irrelevant. In the end, a Sigma doesn't just resist narcissistic manipulation, he dismantles it entirely by refusing to play the game. And that's a narcissist's worst nightmare. Point 3. The attention seeker is left powerless. Attention seekers thrive on external validation. They create drama, exaggerate situations, and manipulate emotions to keep the spotlight on themselves. It's a psychological loop. When people react, they feel important. But a Sigma, he's immune to the game. This is rooted in reinforcement theory. People repeat behaviors that get a response. When an attention seeker encounters a typical person, their antics are met with reactions, concern, frustration, or engagement. But when they meet a Sigma, they hit a wall of indifference. He doesn't feed the fire. He values peace, emotional control, and mental clarity. This dynamic frustrates the attention seeker. Their usual tactics, guilt-tripping, exaggerating, or playing the victim, fall flat. Without an audience, their power fades. Eventually, they have no choice but to retreat, searching for someone else to fuel their need for validation. A Sigma's refusal to engage isn't passive, it's strategic. By choosing peace over chaos, he ensures that only those who respect his energy remain in his world. Point 4. The insecure alpha feels exposed. Many assume that being an alpha is about being the loudest in the room, demanding attention and asserting dominance. But true confidence doesn't need to shout, it's felt. That's why a sigma's quiet dominance unsettles insecure alphas. While alphas rely on external validation and social status, a sigma operates outside the system entirely. He doesn't seek approval, doesn't compete for dominance, and doesn't need to prove himself. This disrupts the insecure alpha's mindset because their power depends on others recognizing it. When a sigma remains indifferent to their posturing, it exposes the performance for what it is, an act fueled by insecurity. Psychologically, true dominance comes from self-assurance. Studies show that those who don't seek external validation are perceived as more powerful and independent. Insecure alphas may try to assert control, but in the presence of a sigma, they're forced to confront an uncomfortable truth. Real strength isn't about dominance. It's about self-mastery. Point 5. The fake friend reveals their true colors. A sigma male has an innate ability to detect insincerity. He doesn't just listen to words, he observes actions, patterns, and inconsistencies. This makes him nearly impossible to deceive. Fake friends, those who thrive on manipulation and ulterior motives, quickly realize they can't play their usual games with a sigma. Unlike others who might overlook red flags, a sigma quietly takes note and distances himself without warning. This ability is rooted in high social intelligence, the skill of reading between the lines, understanding body language, and detecting microexpressions that reveal true intentions. Studies show that emotionally intelligent individuals are better at identifying deception, and sigmas naturally possess this trait. Fake friends rely on emotional dependence. They seek validation, control, or personal gain, assuming others won't notice. But a sigma doesn't give them the reaction they expect. Instead, he remains detached, observing as their own dishonesty slowly exposes them. When they realize they can't manipulate or exploit him, they face two choices: change their ways or walk away. Either way, the sigma wins. He refuses to waste energy on shallow relationships, choosing quality over quantity. He would rather walk alone in truth than be surrounded by deceit. This uncompromising standard is what makes a sigma's inner circle so rare and why only the most genuine people earn a place in his life. Point 6. The victim mentality cannot survive. Some people live in a cycle of blame, always pointing fingers at circumstances, society, or others for their shortcomings. This victim mentality allows them to avoid responsibility and justify inaction. But a sigma male, he has no patience for such excuses. He understands that success isn't about luck or external validation. It's about taking control, adapting, and making things happen. This mindset is rooted in locus of control psychology. Studies show that individuals with an internal locus of control, those who believe they shape their own destiny, are more successful, resilient, and confident. In contrast, those with an external locus of control who blame fate or other people tend to struggle with personal growth. A sigma firmly belongs in the first category. He refuses to let obstacles define him. He finds solutions instead. When someone with a victim mentality encounters a sigma, they face an uncomfortable reality. Their excuses no longer hold weight. They can no longer manipulate, guilt trip, or justify their stagnation. The sigma's presence alone is a mirror reflecting their own self-imposed limitations. This often creates one of two reactions: either they feel threatened and distance themselves, or they are forced to confront their mindset and grow. A sigma's approach to life isn't just about personal success. It's about embodying a standard that exposes the weakness in others. And for those who thrive on excuses, that truth is difficult to accept. Point 7. The fake leader is overthrown. Not all leaders are true leaders. Many rise to power through fear, manipulation, or empty charisma, relying on control rather than respect. But a sigma, he sees through the facade. He doesn't follow blindly or bow to authority just because it demands obedience. Instead, he evaluates leadership based on integrity, wisdom, and strength. This mindset aligns with independent thinking, a trait linked to high intelligence and strong personal values. Psychologists suggest that individuals with a high level of autonomy are less likely to conform to social pressures and more likely to challenge authority when it lacks substance. Sigmas embody this fully. A fake leader thrives on blind followers, but a sigma disrupts that dynamic effortlessly. His mere presence unsettles weak leadership because he doesn't react like the average person. He questions narratives, trusts his own judgment without even trying. He exposes the cracks in false authority, making others see what they preview. This ability to stand firm in truth makes a Sigma more than just an independent thinker. It makes him a natural disruptor of weak leadership. And in a world full of illusions, those who see reality as it is will always stand apart. So Sigmas, the truth is simple. You don't go looking to destroy anyone. You don't seek conflict. You don't waste energy on pointless battles. But some people simply cannot handle your presence. Your silence is louder than your independence is more powerful than their control. And your mindset, it's their greatest threat. And that's why Sigma males always destroy this one personality type: the weak-willed, the manipulative, the insecure, and the fake. Sigmas, if you found this video valuable, hit that like button and subscribe. This is your community, a place where lone wolves like you thrive. Keep moving in silence. Keep dominating without trying. Having said this,